Obelisk the Tormentor!
An Egyptian god card, but how? Those no longer exist.
This can't be. When the Pharaoh left this realm, so did the Egyptian god cards. Do my eyes deceive me? How did Kaiba make the impossible possible and raise from the ancient beyond one of the Pharaoh's mightiest monsters?
I activate Obelisk's ability! By destroying all of my monsters, you take damage equal to Obelisk's attack points!
But your monster can't use its abilities!
It's no monster. It's a god!
Wagwan people, welcome back. What an intro. I'm answering that question that every fan of the game and the anime have been asking since the dawn of time. What if Kaiba had beaten Yugi in the Battle City semi-finals and then went on to beat Marik in the finals? What would have happened? I'll tell you what would have happened. It would have made a really, really shit deck out of the 3 Egyptian gods. Yeah, and then faded into obscurity. Right, all I'm saying is, you cannot play all 3 of these guys in the same deck. You just cannot do it. But I've had a lot of fun trying, to be fair. I'm still in Platinum 1, right? And the reason why is because I'm playing with this stupid shit. Now, if you like the idea of the deck, but you want to make it a bit more viable, look, first things first, you've got to cut out these 2 boys. I love, look, everyone loves the Egyptian gods, and to be fair, Slifer is quite good in its own right, and he does deserve a deck to be built around him. But this particular build, get rid of these 2 guys. You want Obelisk in the deck, and now I've only got 1 copy, but you want 2 copies of Plasma to replace it. And you'll see I could go into like an Obelisk play, and then, beat down on the opponent, but then the moment they get an opportunity to get rid of him, I might be able to summon out a Slifer or a Ra, but if they were a Plasma, they'd be much more useful. We're all about the memes. We're all about what would have happened if Kaiba got a hold of all 3 Egyptian gods. And of course, if the anime followed the rules of Duel Links, which, doesn't happen. But to be fair, the anime rarely followed the rules. So we are running with heavy starter as well. Just really quickly, 2 Dinotherium for that special summon, 1 Unknown Synchron, my 3 Cherry Yamatos, my 3 Yamatos. If you're a fan of the channel and watched some of the older videos, you'll know that I'm a fan of this boy. He's good enough to put in so many decks. I'm running 2 Hallucinogenia. I would rather be running 3 Canadia, but I've only got 1, so these are my 2 replacements. I've got my 3 Trap Monsters, Swamp Mirror, Tiki Soul, embodiment of however you pronounce that shit, and 2 copies of Aerial Recharge. Before I had Swamp Mirror, though, I was running a 3rd Hallucinogenia. I might do it like this. Where's my... There you go. I might do it like that to make it a bit more competitively viable. But the thing is, with Heavy Starter, I'm specifically using Heavy Starter to be able to open my starting hand with one of the Egyptian gods. Now, I would really love it. I know it's for the memes, but I would really love to get rid of this guy because he's just such a shit card. No point in running a Winged Dragon of Ra, but look, we're all about the memes. We're all about the memes, and this is Seto's destiny. The win rate, it ain't good. It ain't good, man. But I'm going to show you one replay. The opening to the video is basically the other replay I've got for you. So, and I lose that game. So, but I got out 2 gods in that game. That's why I saved the replay. And to show you that if I'd had 2 Plasmas instead of Slifer and Ra, I would have won the game. So I will show you it. I will show you both replays. Maybe I'll slow down the replay. But look, I have to go into the Winged Dragon of Ra. Oh no, sorry, it's not. It's a Warm Worm deck. It's a deck destruction deck. But I've got no choice. I've got to go into Winged Dragon of Ra. He's the card that I draw. He goes Warm Worm. He's really eating into the deck, but he's getting some Paleozoics in the grave. I don't mind that at all. More Warm Worm. He kills the Ra. I can summon out Imato. I go for the attack. He goes Assault on GHQ. He's about to mill 5 cards off my deck. But we get the Paleozoic and the Imato. Summon out... sorry, here we go. I activate the Tiki Soul and then chain the Hallucinogenia, so I can get 1,200 on board instead of 1,000, and that was enough to beat him. So I think he was pretty salty that this, like, thrown together piece of shit deck beat him. But unfortunately, I haven't played against many meta decks and won. This is not about winning, this is about the memes. Now this game, you have seen a little bit of a sneak peek of it, but this game I did eventually go on to lose. But it's a game to show you that if I'd had 2 copies of Plasma in the deck, I'd have won. So you guys might have seen some of this in the opening of the video. So it looks like we're not really drawing into anything good. We're not, but then we get the Cherry and Marto, so I know I can go into a... I'm hoping that he will double attack me, because then if he does... I mean, look, either way, I'm going into an Obelisk next turn. Either way. Even if he chose not to attack another Cherry, I have a Tiki Soul. So there was no way I wasn't getting an Obelisk out. Okay. Now, we go into the Obelisk. He can now go into his Yubel here. And this is where the game gets a little bit tricky, because Yubel doesn't target, which means Obelisk does die. But I can also go into a Slifer play in the next turn. The graveyard and my hand had all the cards. I could go into a Slifer play. But, as we can see, if that was a Plasma, I could have sucked up the Incarnate and then attacked for game. But can't do that. Can't do that, because I haven't got any other... I have to play the other fucking cards. No, but Slifer does hold his own in this situation. He does hold his own here. We do manage to go on. I'm going to speed it up. We do manage to go on quite a few turns, stalling him out. So I'm sorry, Kaiba. I'm really sorry. But it has to be said, you know, your quest to get all the Egyptian God cards may be a little bit silly. I was going to play some live duels with this, but I don't think there's any point. I actually think we'll be here forever. I'm going to run it like that, and I'm going to play it in PvP, and hopefully we can get a few competitive wins out of it. If someone can come up with a competitive build for a Ra deck, I will shake your hand, sir. So... this is a Jesse deck. No grit and no extra deck. I've no idea what this could be. But we got to start how we know. I think I'm going to summon this in attack mode because we've got the Hallucinogenia. Let's try it in attack mode. I don't want to regret summoning it in defense. Sapphire Pegasus. Oh, okay. It's an actual Crystal Beast deck. Interesting. Could we potentially beat Rainbow Dragon with Obelisk? Right. So we do that. Right, so we can go into Obelisk this turn now. And win. If he can't stop me, we win straight away. It really doesn't matter. Have we won already, guys? Have we won already? It is possible. It is possible. You know what? Here we go.
It's Obelisk, the Tormentor!
Hell yeah, it is.
God card, but how? Those no longer exist.
Oh, that mighty boy. That mighty boy. No quit, no surrender. One shot KO. One shot KO. This video is turning out to be a bit more fun to do than I thought it was going to be. It's a short, silly video just to have a bit of fun. There you go. That's the deck. It's Seto's destiny, man. It's Seto's destiny, and it would have paved the path for him to have been the worst duelist ever. He'd have lost Kaiba Corp. He'd have lost all his money. He'd have like faded into obscurity and become like a homeless bag lady. Honestly, Kaiba, I don't know, man. I don't know. Obelisk, you already had the best one. Why did you have to go for the other two? You already had the one worth building a deck out of. And you had to go fucking, I need to face you, Yugi. I want your Egyptian god card. Your Slifer the Sky Dragon. And then, you know, and Marik as well. Why did Marik, I mean, I can understand Marik. I have the worst Egyptian god card, so I need the other two. Either one will do. Because he had the shit one. He had the shit one. Anyway, my guys, thank you for watching. I really hope you made it to the end of the video so you could check out all my funny impersonations that don't remotely sound like who they're meant to sound like. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll love you forever and like you for always.